But yeah, thank you ladies for joining us. We're going to get started. Let's just work through all the materials you need. You will need some sort of plain hairbands to work with. You have two. I know some people got slightly different ones. Some people got slightly thicker ones, but that's still fine. You can still work with these. It's just a nice plain base to sort of be creative with, like a blank canvas. Let me put that to the side first. You would need these black sort of like things to finish off the ends with some glue, just sort of to hold the material in place. You also need some scissors, fabric scissors, not paper scissors. Then you need your pattern piece, which should have been in like in a white envelope, and it's just like a long strip of paper like this. I wrote the text pattern, hairpiece pattern on it. So you'll be needing that to cut the bits to make the hairbands. You also need some nice material. You can choose whatever pattern or print that you are happy with. This is actually one of the fabrics for my new collection, and I just thought it would be really special to sort of share it with you guys.
What's this called? What's this fabric called? Sorry.
This is jacquard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the way it's created is the threads are actually woven in such a way to create the pattern on the surface of the fabric. That's why one side is a different color combination to the other side. It's really nice and beautiful.
And which is the right side? This one.
So this is the right side of the fabric, but for my collection, I'm using this side. But it's up to you. You can use you can use the brighter side or the darker side. But for my next collection, I'm using this side because I just prefer the color mix here.
Yeah.
So, but you have the freedom to choose from the fabric options that you received, what you prefer, or even use your own fabrics. You also need some fabric glue to attach the fabric onto the hairband. You would need a thread and needle because we're hand stitching today, because I wasn't sure if everyone had a sewing machine. So I was like, let's just all hand stitch and just enjoy the whole process of it. So needle and thread, some pins if you have that handy. And then the one thing I know I didn't send was like some kind of clip. And what this would help you with is when you've glued down the hairband as it's drying down, just having some kind of hair clip or bobby pin to just hold things in place would be very useful. So if you have any type of clip, peg situation at hand, that would be really, really helpful. But if you don't, that's okay as well. I think that's the last thing that I didn't really add to the kit that I realized, holy shit, they do need hair clips to keep these things drying. But aside that, those are all of the materials that we're going to be working with today. Let me just check if anyone else has joined that I need to admit. Oh, yes, there is someone. There we go. All right. Let's get this show on the road. So there are two designs we're going to be creating today. I'll show you what it looks like. So I already made like samples, so have an idea. This is the first one, which looks like a braided, which looks like a braided piece. I decided to do it with the jacquard fabric, and I used the wrong side of the material, and I have closed it off on the end. It's still a little bit rough because that was like the first sample I made. So that's one design we'll be doing today. You can also do this with like the silky fabrics. You could also mix 2-3 materials. So you have like a nice like color combination going on there. But that's the first style that we'll be creating today. The second one is this top knot style. I've done this with the green Duchess satin. It's just nice and elegant. There's that detail on top. And if you even make your fabric a lot wider, the detail will be a lot bigger on top. And that we've wrapped across like this. I'll show you guys, so don't worry. And then I've closed it up on the ends with the black tape and some fabric glue. So how are we feeling? We're ready to craft and create?
Yes.
Yeah. All ready?
Yeah.
Let's just see. Okay, awesome. So which one should we start with? This one, the green one, or the braided one?
A braided one.
The braided one.
Yeah. Is it easier or is one harder?
It looks more complicated,
It's more
so it's better to start
complicated.
with that one.
It is actually more complicated, so a good choice. This one is a lot more straightforward compared to the braided one. So you would need to create 3 strips of fabrics. You can have 3 fabrics of the same color, composition, or you could mix 2 different materials if you wanted the braid to be like a weave of different colors, or you could just have the same material like I've done mine. So if you decide on your fabric now and then just pull out one of your hairbands, then we can get started on this one first. So which fabric should I use? Let me use this one. See if I can get it better this time. If I venture out of the screen, like if you stop seeing what I'm doing, just let me know, because I can see everything on the table, but I know the camera cuts off like certain angles. So just let me know. So I'm just going out and spreading out my fabric that I want to work with. I'm using this particular material. I just have like some cutoffs that I'm going to be upcycling today to make my own hairband. I have doubled it up as well. So if your fabric is long enough, you have the freedom to do that. You can just check with your pattern piece to see if your fabric would be wide enough to just like fold it twice, because we need to cut 3 pieces to weave together to make the braid for that one. So mine is doubled here. Let me see if I can just fold it in such a way that I can cut everything in one go. Because that would be sweet. No, maybe that was too adventurous.
Can you repeat yourself one more time? You said that you're doubling it because...
Oh, because we need to cut 3 for the first style. But you don't, if you feel more comfortable cutting one at a time, then you can do that as well. I don't think mine would even fit like 3 in one go. So I think I would just need to double it first.
Okay, thanks.
I think I'll just cut one like that. Okay. So once you've laid down your fabric, you can grab your pattern piece and pin it onto the fabric. Pin it across. So because it's a hairband piece, I think the rules of grain lines do not really apply. Don't quote me anywhere though, but because you're literally going to be putting it around another piece, I don't think it's really necessary to like cut the pattern along the grain of the fabric, because it's not going to fall against gravity compared to like dresses and tops and like practical wearing garments. Hence why I'm just like cutting and pinning mine where I'm doing it. Just a few pins to hold it down while we cut.
Seam allowance is added onto this, yeah?
Yes, there's already seam allowance in the pattern, so you don't need to give any extra room around it.
Are we cutting it on fold, please?
Oh no. So for this particular one, we're not cutting on the fold, just like around the edges. I'm gonna go ahead and cut mine out. If you have any questions, don't be shy. This is a safe space of learning. No question is too smart or too dumb. I always say that, because if you don't ask, you don't know, and what you don't ask, I won't be able to like help you with. Or there might even be someone here who would have a better answer for the question. So don't hesitate to ask.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
Do they have to be the same weight, or does weight matter? Like the fabric weight have to be the same? Because I'm interested in using this cute little tool, but then I don't know if this if it would go well with this like brocade.
Oh, so with that tool, I think it would be best to layer it onto another fabric. Do you have, did you get this one? The green one?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll layer it.
Yeah, that tool is really light. So except if you're using only the tool, then it's fine. But if you mix it with something that is heavier, it would not really be a full braid like this. One part of the braid would be really skinny because it's a very fine fabric. So
Okay.
yeah, but if you lay it on something else, then it would work.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Let's see. Do I need to admit anyone? Let's see. Okay, everyone is in. How are you guys getting on?
Pretty good.
Good. What fabric are you working with, Sandy?
I chose the same one as you because it's pretty, but I don't know if I'm going to do the pink or the...
I think I saw someone else using that fabric as well. I think it was Esther. Are you using the same one, Esther?
Yeah, I'm using the same one.
Oh,
I was going to mix it up with this one, but then when Kira asked the question, they're all
yeah.
he said it's a bit light, so
Yeah, what you can do with that one,
can I actually put on top of one?
Yeah, put it on top of the braid. Like when you're done, before we put the braid onto the hairband, you can then wrap the tulle around, or you can layer the tulle over one strip, because that fabric is really, really nice with the pearls and the beads and the sparkles and everything.
Yeah, so should I cut one shape, one pattern from this as well?
Yeah, you can cut one of that and then you can layer it onto one of your braiding strips.
For the other one, do we only need one strip?
For the other style?
Yeah.
Yes, but the strip has to be wider. So this one I cut with this pattern like this, and then I folded it in half. But if you want a bigger knot on top, then you cut it on a fold. So you fold your fabric and have a folded edge on one side. So it comes out bigger and you have a nice big knot on top. But yeah, it's just one strip for this one.
So I ended up with 4 pieces. So I'm like, can I do this?
Yeah. Okay, one more. Please be enough, please. Yes. Okay.
Are we cutting 2?
Oh, we need 3.
Oh, okay.
Is that you, Gloria?
Yes.
Okay, I recognize your voice. So we need 3 because this is what we're making first. Did you join from the beginning?
No.
Oh, that's why. Okay, so we need 3 because we're doing this braided style.
Okay.
And you know, for like this type of braid, you need 3 like strips to weave together. So I've cut 2 of mine. I'm just cutting the extra one.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing there. So I'm starting with that, with the difficult one or the more complicated one first. Which fabric are you using, Gloria?
Same as yours. Same type.
Wait. Is everybody using the same material? Everybody using
I don't have that material. I'm using this material.
Oh, that one is really nice, Kira. I don't have the material anymore.
I'm also using this one.
Oh, that material is really pretty. And it has like a nice shine to the surface.
I might cut 2 of this and 1 of the blue one.
Yeah, you can mix. Is it a similar weight? When you say the blue
No.
one, which one is it?
Blue and gold.
Oh, with the one I'm using, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that because that fabric does have some weight,
Okay.
and this one is a bit on the weightier side too. Has some body.
Are you going to be selling this fabric after? Because I can't decide which side I want, so I want to buy more of another one in the other color.
The plan is not to sell it though. The plan is to sell pieces made with the fabric. This is actually one of the pieces for the new collection. I think that's why making it is really special with you guys, because you're sort of like getting a special treatment before everyone else, seeing how it's made, and then you get to keep it for yourself instead of like buying it off the store. But no, I don't think I'll be selling it though. Why, Sandy? Do you want some more?
Well, because I'm just looking and I don't know whether I want to do it in like the wrong side or the right side.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You can pick the wrong or the right side. It's up to you.
Buy it, then I could just make another one and have it all.
That is true. That is very true.
I'm just bad at making decisions.
Let's see. So the right side of the fabric is brighter, and it has more blues and greens, and then the wrong side is a little bit darker and it has more reds and browns. So sort of is what color group do you prefer? That's how I decided, because I prefer the color combination on the wrong side, which is why I picked the wrong side. Okay. Let's do this. Is anyone done cutting? You have 3 strips?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, because it's time to sew. All right. I'm going to get out my needle and my thread. I'm just going to put some thread in the needle. And in sewing this, it doesn't have to be like a careful seam, because it's just to like close it off, so we have a nice rounded edge to do our braid.
Should we double our thread or keep it single?
I'm doubling mine. When you say double, do you mean 2 strings?
Should the tail be like here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is doubled. All right, I'm just gonna start with 1. So you have the option to sew your tunnels on the wrong side of the material and then turn it inside out, so you don't have any raw edges showing, or you can just stitch it in such a way that, just turn this so you can see. You can stitch it like that, like this, so either like this or like that. But when you do it like this, you might have some of the thread showing from the seam, but it's something to consider on which way you want to do this. I think for me, I am going to sew my right sides together and turn it inside out, because I want smooth braid, like no raw edges showing. And it can be giant stitches. It doesn't have to be very careful. Well, before I continue, let me ask, everyone like is comfortable using the needle and thread, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just good to know. And please mind your fingers as you stitch.
Do you usually use needle and thread, or do you most of the time just go to the sewing machine?
So if I was by myself and if I was doing this like production sense, I would do it on the sewing machine. But because I don't know if everyone has a sewing machine, that's why I suggested using needle and thread. Does everyone have a sewing machine?
I have one.
Yeah.
Is that a yes? A unanimous yes?
Yeah.
No, I
I
don't
think I'm
have
just
one.
gonna go use the sewing machine because it's gonna be long. Do we have to do the three like that as well?
Sorry?
Yeah. We have to do the two other parts like this as well.
Yeah,
Or just one part yourself.
you have to do the three strips like this because
Okay.
the goal is to have tunnels that then you braid to create your like braided piece. So who doesn't have a sewing machine?
I don't have one.
Is that you, Sherry?
That's me, yeah.
Okay, don't worry, we'll stitch together, me and you. It's fine. Yeah, because not everyone.
Sewing machine.
Yeah, you can use a sewing machine.
Okay.
If you have a
Alright.
sewing machine, okay, let me say this now. If you have a sewing machine and you feel like this is long for you, by all means, please use your sewing machine. I have two even, but I knew not everyone would have a sewing machine, and I just thought it would be unfair to leave them behind and not like, let them enjoy the experience. So hence why I'm stitching with my hand here and taking the long route. But it's fine if you want to stitch this with the sewing machine, because it'll be a lot quicker.
Is just a running stitch okay?
Yeah, because we're going to turn it inside out, so it wouldn't even really show once we've done the braiding. So it's just insane to think that like centuries ago, like people would make entire garments with needle and thread. Whoo, child. Making that dress for a whole day, stitching all the seams and everything. It's crazy.
A nightmare.
Yeah. Though I think this is like the most time-consuming part. Everything else is pretty easy and straightforward to do. I like how everyone is just, they've turned their camera off. Love it. It's like just to get up, like focus, get things going.
We do this to all three?
Yes, all three. For the other style, what we might do is while we're like braiding and gluing this one, we could glue the edges of the other one together, and then while it's drying, we can finish this one off. So that way we're able to do both styles in this workshop and not like not spend enough time on that one, so not have it complete. Is that your first or second one, Sandy?
This is the second.
Wow, you are quick.
I'm cheating. I'm using a thimble.
I was like, how is she already on the second one? That's like some serious speed. I'm still on my first. Okay, let me focus.
I'm using a thimble and I just chugged an energy drink, so.
Oh, okay.
Not to be compared to.
So if you're hand stitching like I am, which I know Sandy and Sherry are, don't forget to do your back stitch when you arrive at the end. So that seam does not just unravel on its own. Let's do like a nice back stitch, secure everything, and then tie a sweet knot. Have it all secured. Okay. Okay, one down, two to go. So next, pin on the I can see stars on the river. Can you see the glow from the window pane? How is everyone getting on? I think some people are using sewing machines. They should have either finished or neared the finishing end by now. Just let me know when you're getting on. If you're done stitching all of your tunnels, either by machine or by hand. See, play some music. Wow. It's incredible how quiet it is. The concentration is another level today. Oh man. Everyone is so focused. It's good, good. Stomach number 2. Has anyone finished stitching all their tunnels and turning?
No.
Yeah.
I finished. After I finish, you just take it out of the, just put it to the right bit.
Did you sew along this the wrong side of your fabric?
Yeah.
So you then turn it inside out. Did you use a sewing machine, Kira?
Yeah, I did.
So what you could do, Kira, while the rest of us finish, is you could tack all 3 of your tunnels together on one end. So let's see, you have one here, one there, and one here, and you've turned it inside out. You just tack them down on one end like that. So you can sort of get started on that. Well, we finish up and join you. How's everyone else getting along?
On the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you hand stitching, Gloria?
Yes, I am.
Oh, but you have the same machine. You don't use your same machine.
I don't. I packed it up yesterday.
Why?
Just to rest.
It has tried, Abby.
Oh, gosh.
I checked out your Instagram. I was like, wow.
Like?
You people are busy though. Like Corona or not Corona. So people are like out here doing some nice things, honestly.
Thank you.
So don't worry. The machine deserves the break. You can bring it out soon.
Yes.
Has anyone else finished sewing up their tunnels?
Yeah, I'm just turning it to the right side.
Turning it inside out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Kira, what are you up to?
Waiting for this after the step.
Okay. Okay. So for anyone that has finished and turned theirs inside out, as I mentioned to Kira earlier on, you essentially need to tack all three of them together on one end. So this after you've stitched, you turn this inside out, you just tack it down on one end, because that would make braiding them together a lot easier to do. I am yet to arrive at that point myself. Just finishing up my last tunnel. What have you guys been up to this weekend? The weather has been so nice though. In the UK, that is. Anything fun?
Just went to church this morning.
You can go to church.
Yeah.
Oh, the churches around me have not opened though.
No, our church is open, but you just have to wear your face mask.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ours is open, but for like to go for personal prayers, they don't hold like masses or services yet. Yeah. I just find it so funny how pubs were open but churches weren't opened.
You know.
I was like, wow, priorities though. Funny.
Did I miss introductions? Where is everybody from?
Yeah, you missed it, Kira. We had like
So it's I live in California, and so I set my alarm for 6:30 a.m. I woke up at like 6:55. I was like, oh my gosh, I barely made it on time. Well, like
wow.
3 o'clock mark. Ours is 7 a.m.
So what is like 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you
Are you
woke up.
functional?
God, I would be so sleepy.
Me too.
That's impressive. Like,
Wow.
damn. I applaud you and your seriousness. You even came early. Like, that's commendable. So what are you going to do for the rest of the day? It's like a Sunday morning and you're up so early.
Yeah, and church is online.
I always hate waking up early because you hit the point where you've done everything you had to do that day and you're just like,
It's like, what do I do now? Especially like on weekends. So you just lie in bed, like looking at the ceiling. It's like, okay, what next? Scroll on Instagram.
my husband's an early riser and he's like, oh, you can get everything done. And it's like, but what? Like, what about when you finish everything to get done?
What do you do for the rest of the day?
Yeah, like if you wake up at 10, you don't have these problems. Just saying.
Oh man. Yeah. It's really strange. Okay. Made it to the end. All right, so who else is finished? I feel like most people have finished. They're just like waiting.
I'm on the third tube, inside outing.
The third one? Okay, I'm just finishing my third one as well. But is anyone still sewing or is anyone finished?
I'm still sewing, stitching rather.
Okay.
In time.
Yeah, hand stitching takes time.
Yeah.
It does take time. I'm gonna turn mine and set out.
I'm just gonna go iron this. Is it better to iron it here?
It doesn't really matter, but if you want to
Okay.
iron yours, you can. It's not compulsory to iron it.
I'm doing an online training. I'm doing an online training.
Sherry, how are you getting on?
I'm fine. I'm on my third one, nearly there.
Okay. Let's see. Who else? I feel like there's someone that hasn't said a word. Natasha. I think it's her. Let me see. Where did you come from, baby? How did you know I needed you? How did you know I needed you so badly? Wow. Is the tube taking going to... Why is turning the tube inside out more tiring than actually stitching the ends? Why? Oh God.
Do we just tack them together straight on top? Like a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just on one end. You turned it inside out, right, Sandy?
Yep.
Okay. Is everything okay?
My dog jumped up on me.
Oh, he's so cute.
Baxter! Yeah, go people give you attention.
Oh, is it a
Yeah.
boy or a girl?
He's a boy. His name's Baxter.
He's gorgeous.
Ah.
He's so like relaxed too. It's like chill.
He had a very big toy, so
Oh.
as long as he gets attention, he's fine.
Oh, he doesn't need much. Just give him attention, food.
Yeah, we tried him in daycare, but he didn't get it, so.
How old is he?
I think he's about 3, but he's a rescue, so we're not really.
Uh,
But yeah, no, he was a good one.
I'm sure he's very grateful to have people give him like care and love. It's always nice with rescue animals.
Well, they figure he was a hunting dog, so you know, they're not the best.
Really?
Yeah. Just kind of funny. Like, oh, I just like to give him hugs.
He's like, what is she doing? This is not the life I wanted.
No.
Take me out. Let me go running.
We have like him sniffing stuff. We can't let him off leash anywhere except the backyard because once he's on a scent, he's like
away. Away with the wind.
talking to him. Hey, you're bored of me? That was useful for a second.
He just came to check that you were doing fine.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Figuring why it's Sunday and the TV's not on.
It's like, what is she doing? Why is it so quiet?
Not in bed.
Well, it's a nice way to spend time though. And since I started doing these workshops, even though like I get people with like different skill levels and different backgrounds, it's just like a nice common space to be, whether we're making hairbands or kimonos or scrunchies, just for that hour or two. What you just think about is the thing in front of you. So it can be really fun.
Hand sewing's weirdly soothing too.
Yeah. I think that's why I didn't mind doing it today, even though I have sewing machines. It's like once you just start, you just kind of like get into the hang of things, and it's like, it's not so bad after all. Okay, almost done with this tunnel. All right, status check. So I know Kira and Sandy are at the point of starting their braids. Has anyone else turned their tubes, since that's what we're calling them, inside out?
Yeah.
Anyone still sewing?
I'm still turning mine the other way.
Okay.
It's so hard.
I know, it's like, I've been turning this and I'm like, when are you going to finish? When?
It's like serious arm workout.
Yeah, I feel like it was easier to do the hand stitching than actually turning the tubes inside out. Dear Lord.
Are you guys using a sifter pin to turn it or just?
I'm just using my hand, but I know you can use like a safety pin.
Yeah,
Right?
this one I got this child locked in, so when you're turning, it doesn't come off because you can just lock it up. Then you put it inside to it.
Oh, that's a really good
I
tip.
got it from Tesco. It's like €3.
It looks like the one for baby nappies, no?
Yeah, it's like it has the baby lock in. So, because I got the normal one, yeah, and you know when you're turning, the thing just comes off like this.
Yeah.
And then, but this one you can just lock it and then turn it all the
That's
way
really
to it
good.
doesn't
That's a
come off.
really good tip, because the safety pins I have is like the regular one. So once you just press it in a funny way,
It gets stuck in it.
just opens on its own. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna tack all my 3 tubes together. I know some of you have already done that, but just literally going to layer all 3 of them. And I'm putting the side with the seam at the bottom. So when I do the braid, all I get is this nice smooth side of the tube. Just gonna tack them all in place. Some very pretty stitches. Okay. So while we wait for the rest of the girls to join us at this point of all three tacks together, I think what you can do if you're done up to here is you can start deciding on the fabric you want to use for the second style. If you want to use satiny fabric, if you want to still use this one, it's okay. If you want to use the green one or any other fabric that you received, that's fine as well. What do I use? What do I use? I think I use this one. Or where? This. Will that be enough for my pattern? Have you guys decided? Oh, Lord. Which one are you gonna work with for your second hairband, Esther?
I'm just gonna use
The green one? Okay. You're done up till this level, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gloria, are you done turning yours inside out?
Yes, I'm tacking too.
You're tacking too?
Yeah.
Priya, how are you getting on?
I finished.
You finished. So you
Yeah,
just waiting for the rest of us slow.
No, it's okay.
Shiri, how are you getting on?
I've just finished hacking.
Okay. Let's see. Natasha, how are you getting on? Because from here on, we braid. This is what I'm going to use for my second one. I'm just going to put that to the side so I know I've decided. But if you guys are ready, we can actually start braiding this piece. Okay. So I'm gonna just braid across. I'm hoping everyone is familiar with how braiding works. It's essentially just wrapping your strip across each other like this. So I'm gonna try and do this slowly in the way that everyone can see. So we'll have our 3 legs and you wrap one leg underneath. Then you go in with the one on the far end underneath. And then you essentially just repeat the same process. So just put this one inside and then take this one, pass it under, and then take that one and pass it under.
Ooh.
You want to have a loose braid, so you can go back in and like loosening up your braid, because the looser it is, the flatter it would lay on your hairband itself. You can take your time. If braiding is not something you've done before, essentially just take the farthest piece, put it under, take this one, put it under. You can go back and adjust the braid so it's nice and thick, because we want thick braids. Until you reach the end. I think this is my end. Yeah, that's that's my end. If you have to even go back in and just like zhuzh and spread out the braid there. Over here. How are we getting on?
Finished braiding.
Leo, are you braiding?
I'm finished.
Can we see the braids, please? Can we have a show and tell of braids, please? Everyone, let us see your braids. Like, you can just show the braid if you don't have to even show your face. That's fine. Gloria, you know I can't see you, right?
And you?
No, I can't see you. Oh, I can see you now. Oh, nice. Nice, nice.
I wish I could do that on my own hair.
I know.
It'd
I
be
can't,
nice.
I can't braid my own hair. It's so sad. But fabric I can braid, but not my own hair. Okay.
Doing anything on your own hair is the worst because you do it perfectly on someone else and then you try to do it on yourself and it's like,
It's like, what is going on here? It's the same hands I just used. Why can't it work the same way on my own hair? And it's just like, no. Oh boy. Sandy, let's see yours. Let's see your braid.
I feel like the top is really pretty, but the bottom is not so. Is that just me or is
It looks all right. If anything, the middle looks skinny, and then the top and the bottom looks like fuller.
I wish my body was like that.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
So funny.
Esther, let's see yours. Oh, nice. Yours is really like even. Did you mix materials or did you use the same one that I used?
I just used the pink one, you know, the next one on one of the.
Let me see.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. Oh, I was like, why does yours look slightly different from everyone else's? Okay,
It's
yeah.
nice.
You mentioned you were going to do that. That's really nice because the fabric has some peach in it.
Yeah.
So that too brings out the peach in the fabric. That's really nice. Who else? Oh yeah, you should show me your braids. Please show your braids.
Oh, nice.
Who else?
House is nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. Esther, you did really well. Priya, can we please see your braid before we get on to ooh, that fabric looks really good.
Yeah.
That fabric looks really, really good. Nice. That was a good call. Who else? Kira. Can we see your braid, please? Can we see your braid? Braid.
Can you see it?
Ah, you use the same combination as Priya.
Yeah.
That looks really lush. It looks like proper like expensive.
Yeah.
Shiri, how are you getting on? Come on in. So if you are done with your braid, the way we tack the top, you will need to tack the bottom down like that to just prevent it from unraveling while you glue it onto your hairband. So I'm just going to take some thread, my needle, and just tack that down. It was definitely a good idea to start with this one first. It was a good idea.
Alles kul.
Okay. We don't tacking down the other end. Are we done tacking down the other end of the braid?
Yes. I'm done.
Okay. Are we ready to glue it down to the hairband? I just want to know everyone is at like the same place. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you want to grab one of your plain hairbands, and then we're going to glue it onto the hairband like so. It should be slightly longer than your hairband, which is okay, because it's better for it to be too long and then you can trim off any excess than for it to be too short. So I'm going to get the fabric glue. This glue is a little bit watery, so it runs a lot, but when it dries down, it actually stays in place. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna get mine open, and then I'm gonna put some glue onto the hairband, and I want to try and keep it in the middle of the hairband from the beginning all the way till the end. It's like slowly working in that glue. Glue, 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 glue. Okay, so now I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to be gluing it onto the hairband. I'm going to start from the middle of the hairband. I want to find the good side of my braid. I think this is the good side. Yeah. So find the middle, put a pin there. So that just helps me know that's the middle. I'm just going to glue this down. Thankfully, because the glue is runny, it doesn't glue down instantly. You have like some wiggle room to like shift the braid around until you're happy with the placement. And then just press the braid against the hairband. Now this is the point where if you have any kind of hair clip, you want to use them to just hold down points like the middle and the side, because that would just like hold down the braid as it dries down. Done one there. If you don't have any hair clips, you can just hold it down with your hand, like press it firmly. So it actually like stays put. What's yours looking like, Sandy?
Looking okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Bit nervous about whether or not I chose the right side of the braid, but I have to live with it now.
Yeah, like you said, you can make another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make another one. That one, you know, you can have full control over.
How fast does this glue dry?
Not very fast, but once it dries down, it does not move.
Okay.
So I think it has the good side of like having lots of wiggle room to like shift things around, but once it dries, it's dried, like it does not shift.
Like lots of clips.
Yeah, I think so. If you can keep the clips sort of around, evenly distributed around, so like one in the middle, one to the side, because then we have the ends open to glue down with this black ribbon here.
Okay.
That's how we're going to finish up the ends. How's everyone getting on? Is your braid staying on your hairband properly? Is it looking nice and juicy?
Risha.
How is yours looking, Gloria?
It's okay.
What does okay mean? Oh Lord.
Look.
Do you want to, can we see?
Yeah. What's wrong?
I can't see you.
Oh,
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
network.
Okay, I can see you now.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
it's fine.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean it's looking okay?
I mixed. Do you know what I did? I did one inside out and then the remaining two the same. So I'm thinking it doesn't really look.
Oh, let me see. It looks nice though.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank
It
And I
now,
like the braids as well.
yeah, it looks it looks more colorful than like this one that I only used one side of the fabric.
I'm ready to work tomorrow.
And then tell them I made it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, while the other side of the hairband is drying down, we're going to work on finishing up the ends. If you have any questions or if you're struggling with any part of like getting this settled down, just ask away or ask in the chat and I'll try to get back to you ASAP. But for the ends, the aim is to wrap, let's show you with this side, is to wrap the excess material around the end and secure it with this ribbon. So if you feel like you have to trim off extra bits that are coming off the end, you can do that as well, because that would just make finishing up the ends a lot easier. And this fabric is thick, so it will come up a bit thick on this end, and that's okay because the fabric itself is thick.
He hasn't been locked at him.
Huh?
He hasn't been.
I forgot my I've got the keys to the aircraft.
All right, so I'm gonna apply some glue. Now that I've trimmed down one end, just going to apply some glue on here to this inside bit of the hairband. That's going to allow me close off the extra material like this.
I love you. Please be quiet.
I'm gonna take the tape. And when closing up with the tape, you want to have a little bit of excess on the outside to really seal off the bottom of that end properly. So tightly as possible. Add some more glue, not too much, because this glue has a way of sipping through the material. I'm just gonna like wrap that around. Then I'm gonna put some glue in there. Seal this off. Trim off the excess bit. Gonna get one of these clips. Use it to hold down my end a little bit while it dries down. Okay, so that's one end done. It's a little bit fiddly, but you want to ensure that it's nice and tight to really secure the end of the braid.
How many times should you wrap it around?
I would say twice, and you want to have the end of the ribbon on the inside of the hairband, like that. I don't know how.
Can you flip it the other way as well? I just want to see how you did the bottom. So you covered like the tip.
Yeah, so I covered the tip, and the way I closed the tip off is there was a little bit, there was some room at the end, so I could have like a flat closing on the tip there to seal it off.
Okay.
Scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it if you get this glue on your hands?
Oh, it comes off really easily. Yeah, it just comes off like a Votive glue. So once you rub your fingers together, it falls off really easily. So not to worry.
Scared myself a little bit.
Don't worry, it's not, as long as you get it in your mouth, you're good.
Don't know why I find that terrifying.
So I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. I just want to know how Priya, Shiri, and Natasha are doing. How are you girls getting on?
Yeah, I'm good. It's fine.
You all right, Shiri?
Yeah, all's well.
Okay, okay. Are you gluing on your braid, or are you doing the tape at the end?
I'm doing the tape at the end.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. What about you, Priya? How are you getting on with the gluing? Because with a piece like this, the finishing is what really makes it very nice. It's like how you finish off this.
Sorry, Kim, how do you do the end here, the inside?
So you put some glue. Do you have some space at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, so you put some glue inside, not too much, because that glue is very heavy. And then you just like press it flat.
Okay.
When I did it mine, you press it flat without like a bobby pin or a hairpin.
Okay.
As long as it stayed like that, it will dry down flat like that.
Okay.
Just gonna do my other end. Priya, are you done with yours?
Yeah.
Are you gluing down the ends?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is it looking good?
Yes, good.
Okay. You can also trim off the excess fabric. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can just trim that off. Ooh, peak concentration. Who is done gluing down their black ribbon?
I am. I got glue all over the ribbon now, so it doesn't look.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, the glue it has a way of going through the material. It like seeps through. If I put on too much, that happens to me as well.
But it dries clear, yeah?
It dries down and it's not as white, but it will show because I'm looking at the other ones I made. But when it dries down, you can like peel off the glue if it's showing like the right side of your hairband. So I did have that same challenge with mine. Okay, just stay and dry.
I have a little problem. Why is this place showing? I didn't do it well, I guess. Can you see?
So the ends, right?
Yeah.
So
Is this
what
supposed
you
to be
can
like
do,
that?
no, what you can do is you trim down that extra material, and then you put some glue inside, and then with a bobby pin, like force it to seal at the end.
Okay.
Because that sort of like covers up that part of that is showing the fabric.
Yeah.
Kira, how is yours looking?
So I still need to cover the bottom. I need to work on this side.
It's looking
I'm struggling to like make it thin at the bottom, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, I think if you want to make yours thinner, if you don't want it as bulky, you can trim down the ends before you wrap it around.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's something else that you could do if you don't want it as thick.
Yeah.
Esther, how is yours looking?
I'm finished. I'm just drawing there.
Did you use pegs? Of course.
Yeah.
I feel like you're that one person that would have you would have all of the tools to the T, and you would have the right type of tool. Like, I didn't even think of that baby safety pin trick, but you did, and I'm just
I
like,
should use pegs, yes.
exactly. Use pegs. I feel like I need to have Esther in all of my workshops because she will come with like the best tips and ideas. Because that is so clever, you know, because the pegs is really force it to stay flat.
Yeah.
Along the ends as it dries down. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. So while it dries, we wait for the rest of the girls to finish off theirs. I'm just going to put it to the side. Have you decided on your second material, Esther?
Yeah.
I know
The
you
green one.
you're done the green.
Yeah.
I think Sandy's using the green as well, right?
No, I didn't get the green. I'm thinking maybe this, like the purple with the overlay of the pink, or this one. But
Ooh, they're both nice though. They're both really nice.
like, I want to do this one, but I don't go to fancy places.
Oh my god.
You
You can
like
start
this
going now.
Yeah, you can book an event. You can just cook a nice meal at home, dress up, and just make it an experience. Now that you have the hairband for the occasion.
Yeah, I'm not kind of weirdo who does that. Let's go for that.
Okay, so who else has finished gluing down their hairband piece and the tape on the ends as well? Let's see how everyone is getting on. Check the chat as well. Chat.
I'll do this one with the overlay.
While that is drying, what you can do is to cut the material for the second one. The second hairband piece. Well, we'll wait for the ladies to...
With the same pattern, yeah?
Yes, but with this one, except if you want your top knot to be small like this, I would recommend, or I would suggest, folding your fabric in half. So you have a folded edge on one side,
Yeah.
and then cut it on the fold. So you have a much wider tube to do the knot on top.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
With the overlay, I just cut that and the overlay.
You would need to cut yours twice. So you would need to cut the overlay, and then you cut the pink one. Because it's like a pink, the one you got is the pink fabric with the nice bubbly texture. Okay.
I don't have enough to do it on the fold, so should I just cut it as long as I can and then cut the overlay?
You will get a size like that. If you're fine with a size like that, you can just cut it as it is, not without cutting it on the fold.
Then do that.
just finished my braided piece.
Is that you, Shiri?
Yeah, so I'm just I'm going for the green
The
for the second one.
okay. For your second hairband.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you find making the braided piece?
It was fine, but I think with the, it looks okay, not as good as yours, but the band, because it's the thick one, so it took up quite a bit of space, like raising the fabric, so the fabric was a bit shorter than the band.
Oh, you got the raised one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the plait, it kind of took up a bit too much space.
So how far from the end was it? Was it like really far off,
It was
or
like a good inch.
a good inch? So how did you finish off with the black tape?
So one bit was like, one side was all right, the other side looks a bit messy. So I'm gonna have to attempt another one at some point.
Okay. That's the thing. I think with the kits, I wanted like a good variety of materials and hairbands, so everyone doesn't just look the same.
Yeah.
But hopefully it wasn't too like challenging using the raised ones.
No. If anything, I've got other ideas now. So maybe like you could make really flamboyant pieces.
Yeah, you could. You
But
really.
yeah, that's a learning curve.
Yeah. At the end, we will have a show off. Everyone has to like put on their piece, and we do have a way of making a group picture. Gloria will tell you. She has come to one of our other workshops, and at the end we all take a group photo, and so it's really nice. And you all get tagged on Instagram. It's like it's a cool thing to do at the end of the workshop.
So with the second one, are we just cutting one strip?
Yes, so you have two options for the second one. We are using the same pattern, so you can either cut the same strip just around the edges, and this is the size of the hairband you will get. So it's like a medium size. It's nice and slim around the edges, or you could cut the pattern on a fold like I'm doing mine, and then when you wrap it around like this, you get a slightly bigger top knot here.
Right, okay, cool.
So any of the two would work really. I'm just cutting up the strip for my second one. This style is a lot more straightforward. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Okay. So like we did with the first one, we need to make tubes. You can either use your sewing machine or you can sew with your hand. Whichever you prefer, honestly. But at this point, I think I'm just going to hand stitch. Might as well.
With the overlay, should I trap it inside the tube or should I make two separate ones?
Ooh. Put it inside the tube so you stitch it all in one go.
Okay.
I think that'll be a lot easier and quicker to do. How are we feeling so far? We're sort of like halfway through in terms of expectations. I like to ask this question because everyone always comes with different expectations. Well, how are we feeling so far in terms of like difficulty level and if you are enjoying the workshop and what you think could be better? I'm curious to hear your answers. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
I think that the workshop is going very well. I like the camera that you're using, or however your setup is.
Mm.
It works, like we can see everything clearly. Also, the paces. It seems as if like we're all like on the same pace, and if anybody's falling behind, you know, you allow them to catch up, which is great.
That's always nice. It's sort of like for everyone to go at the same pace so no one feels left behind. That's nice. Thank you, Kira.
Oh, and I also like that it's kind of small, but like that you included scissors. You didn't have to. And so I think it's nice that you included the scissors.
I actually literally called my mom and was like, the package includes scissors. That's the best.
Really?
Like, it's a big thing. It's not like,
Oh, wow.
you know.
Because you'll be cutting. And I think what I tried to do was you didn't have to almost get anything extra. You could do it all with what came in the package. That's what I was going for. So that way you just had to come here, open your package, and just like get on with it.
Like I don't know. I was excited by that too.
Okay, scissors. I should write that down. Always add scissors.
Especially like you always need an extra pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's funny how they start to get blunt after a while, even though you only cut fabric with like one, like your fabric scissors. It's just like, I need a new one now.
And even including pins, I think, was nice.
Oh yeah. Initially I didn't put those in. I think it was when I was packing the kits, literally the day I was going to ship it. I was like, oh wait, there's pattern, this fabric. How are they going to cut the pattern onto the fabric if I don't add pins? I was like, oh shit, okay. And I just quickly like opened the box of like new pins and added pins to like every single kit. It's like, okay, that should help with cutting the fabric. Oh boy. Well, it's all a learning experience even for me. Come on, young lady. Okay, that one doesn't want to bulge. There we go. Gloria, did you see use the pegs?
Yes, hopefully. Turns out.
Turns out nice.
But that edge is not finished properly. Just,
Would you
I'll
want
try it again.
Yeah, would you want to try it again? And
Yeah. Where did you get the hairband from?
oh, I got them in bulk from AliExpress.
Oh.
And I got like 30 or 35 because I made quite a few.
Okay.
But you can get it from you can get similar hairbands from the high street. You could check New Look, Accessorize.
Oh, okay.
Even Primark. I think Primark might have like a nice affordable one that you could possibly work with. And you see how you've done this braided piece. You could even add an elastic at the end if you don't have a if you don't have a hairband to put it onto. You could just tack down an elastic and it will still look.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It will still look good. The distance between the ends, you just measure that amount of elastic and then you tack it down. Either you add like a bias or like trim out any rough edges. But yeah, you can definitely add an elastic if you don't have like a hairband to work with.
So the elastic will be like how many inches?
I would say like 1.5 to 2, depending on if you'll be wearing it around your natural hair or around braids. Yeah.
Then the length.
What, the length? Or the thickness of the elastic, is that what you mean?
I was just thinking about using an elastic all through, like around my head, then put the fabric, as in the braided part. Do you think that would be nice?
Oh, I see. So because the fabric doesn't stretch, I think it will only work if you put it at the end.
Yeah.
I think that way, because if you top stitch the braid onto the elastic, I'm trying to imagine how it would look. Would it work? Would it not work? Because we're trying, you know. And another great thing about this is a really good product. If you have like a small business, you have some scrap fabrics, really nice product to just like make with all of your scrap materials. And you can sell it for however much you want to sell it for.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting for Christmas this year.
Oh yeah, that's
true.
That's true. And you can really get very fancy. You can add some beads, you can add stones, all kinds of really unique stuff.
With the embellishments, would you glue them on or sew them on?
So if you got the beaded one, I would literally just attach specific parts with glue. So maybe in the middle, at the side, because you want it to move a little bit. Or at least that's how I imagined it would work. Or you can braid it into a piece like this. So you have like the beads or whatever embellishment or like stones or like nice lace trim. You can braid it through this type of design as well. That would also look really, really gorgeous. George is here doing behind the scenes.
I am indeed.
You know they can't see you, right?
They can't see me.
They can't see you.
No, they can't see me.
Yes, they can. Did you fly from the other room? Of course you walked through the door. So people can't see you.
They only saw me walk in.
Then you just disappear when you're done.
Pretty much.
All right, so I'm almost done with my tunnel or my tube. The second one. I feel like this one went by a lot quicker. Is it just me? Is it just me? Okay, tie knots. All right, I'm gonna turn this inside out. Did the tool work nicely over that one, Sandy?
Pretty.
Oh yeah, that looks really nice.
I'm a bit worried about gluing it down because I have like pearls right in the seam, but should be fine.
I think you'll be all right. I think if anything, you could remove the pearls around the end, so it's a lot easier to glue down.
I'm thinking, I think I have jewelry pliers somewhere.
Yeah, you could just like pull off the ones around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Just see how everyone is getting along. Let's check. Are we still sewing down the tube for the second one, or have we turned it inside out already?
I'm still sewing the second tube.
Okay.
Turn it inside out.
Turn it inside out, Esther?
Yeah.
Gloria?
Same. Turning.
You're turning?
Yeah.
Priya?
I finished.
I like how when you finish, you don't see anything. You just like wait. Wait for the rest of the group. Okay, that's good. Let's just find out where everyone else is. Who else? Let me see. I think Natasha as well. Let me just check in with her. Send a quick message on the chat. Okay. Kira, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I turned it. I just decided to take needle and thread because I didn't know how much. I don't have that much left, so I'm taking needle and thread to cover the bottom of the thing. But I'm done with this.
Okay. Oh, what did you mix there? Did you mix the tool
over the green? So let's see how that goes.
Nice. I like how you guys are getting very creative with like blending the materials.
Have you also? I've seen like the headbands with like the foam. Have you made one of those before?
No, but I think Shiri got one that already had the foam in it. And the way that one works is, so you can buy the foam either from like a sewing supply store. They sell them like by the meter or by the yard. And then you literally just shave it down to the size of your hairband. And then you can either make it rounded or square, and you wrap your material around it. So you can either wrap it like they've done with this one, and then like seal it on the inside, or you can do the wrapping where they go around like that, and like that. That's another way you can like conceal the foam. But you can actually buy the hairbands with the foam in there already, like sort of plainish, and then you can customize it even more. This should almost be dry by now.
see you. There's a shot just to see the material.
Oh, okay.
It's what's called B-roll.
Let's see. Okay. How is the turning going, Sandy?
Interesting, because I can't, like, I have it turned. I'm just trying to figure out, because the seam's back here, and that's where the bulk of the pearls went. So it's like, maybe if I can kind of lay it, I don't know if the seam's that visible because there's so much else going on. So I'm going to tie the knot. I'm almost tempted to cut one of the blue one too and just quickly hand sew it. So if it doesn't work out the way I want it, I can have it.
Oh, yeah. You can do that, because I know Natasha is finishing up sewing. I think the girls as well.
I'm sort of quick with the hand sewing, so
yeah, you can like do that quickly. Let me see where everyone else is at.
I'm just not sure what the placement of the pose. Headbands on AliExpress to make myself feel.
Yeah, they're quite affordable on AliExpress. The thing is it makes a lot more sense to buy them in bulk. So if you buy 10, it comes down to about or less than £1 or $1 for one. But if you buy one, you would pay like $2.50 or $1.50 for one. So it's like, I might as well just buy more of it. Buy
yeah. One. And Christmas presents.
Exactly. Figure out how to do this thing.
What are you looking for?
You know how it shows everyone on the side? I can't find it.
You can't see it?
No.
Hand me over the mouse.
Thank you. All right, so if you've turned your tube inside out, I'll just quickly show you how to do this top knot. Then I can show anyone again who hasn't gotten to this point.
Can you see this?
Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you.
And then you can make it bigger like this. Make it as big as you want.
Thank you.
Sorry, Kim, your demonstration camera is just showing your keyboard, so I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, can you see it now?
The table, yeah. I can see
the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I just put the keyboard away so you can see clearly. Just put this to the side as well. All right, so for this top knot one, you grab your hairband piece and then you grab your tube and you want to find the middle point. If you want your knot right in the middle, if you want your knot on the side, you can go slightly off to the left or to the right hand side. I'm gonna just show you the one for the middle knot. Once you found the middle, you tie a nice knot there. And you can always like readjust and realign. Then you twist the tube in such a way that you have the seam on this side of the hairband like that. Just going to go across like this. And then just wrap this other side around like that. So it's a lot longer at the ends, and you can just trim off whatever excess that you have dangling off at the end if you don't need it. If you have the raised one like Shiri, I'm hoping it should be fine because this style looks even nicer on the raised hairbands with the foam in them. So I'm just gonna like trim down this end a little bit to make a little triangle. That. It wraps in like this. Did we get that? Or should I share it again with the other side?
Could you show it again with the other side, please?
Yeah, of course, of course. Just get this, put this here. So I'm putting the side that has the seam against the hairband because we don't want to see that side. Then I'm just making my way to the edge. And this one is clearly too long, so don't be afraid to trim off the excess ends because you will not be needing it, except if your hairband is the raised style. And then I am going to fold it in half like this and just cut off the edges because that would make this place a lot slimmer when we like tie the ribbon and everything around. So I'm just gonna trim down. Trim. So you have something that looks somewhat like this. Like a sort of like pyramid triangle shape. And then that you wrap around like this. And then fold it in one time. And wrap around like that. Here we go. Let's see if I can cover up my hands. Is that clear, Shiri? Did everyone get that, or should I like show it again?
No, it's clear for me.
Claire?
Yeah.
Who else? I feel like everyone else is just like getting on with it. How are you getting on, Gloria?
I'm done. This is way easier.
Yeah, this one is way easier. Once you're happy sort of with the placement, you can go back and then apply the glue on the hairband to secure it, and then the black tape at the ends. This one is a lot easier, I find.
Can you braid this silk fabric?
Yeah.
Like
it won't be as thick as the other material because the silk is a lot more is soft and slippery. Yeah, soft and slippery. So it will braid nicely, and you can do like nice loose braids, but it won't be as like structural as the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely braid it. So I'm just gonna go in now and undo my bow and apply some glue on the ends this side of my hairband piece. I just want to see if everyone is at the same point. Just going to put some glue here. So on the inside as well. Just be mindful of this glue. It is quite runny, but it does glue down fabric really nicely. I'm just gonna go in and oh, I have touched the glue. No. Just glue this down. Then wrap in like that one time. Some more there. Wrap it again. Put on the hair clip, hold it down. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Let that dry. If you have any extra along the bottom, I say this is a good time to trim it off, so you don't have the scenario of where you're trying to like close out the ends with the tape and you have like a lot of excess material at the bottom. So just trim out any extra bits that you don't want. Just gonna do that quickly. And trim right until the edge. Have it nice and like almost even. Oh no.
I made a clip for you.
No, I haven't finished with it yet. There. Oh, it's the wrong one. Okay. Are you doing it with the blue one now, Sandy?
Yeah, I couldn't get the pearls the way I want them, and I have an idea for it, but I think it'll take me a couple hours of being anal retentive. So,
okay.
you know, but the blue's pretty.
Blue is really nice. I think someone used the blue. 2 people used the blue for their braided hair bands.
Yeah,
Nice
they're
lush blue.
feels very like proper lady.
Yeah. It's probably like extra fabric with like shine and texture on the surface.
Mm. Very pretty.
Mm. All right.
But I'm determined to figure the other one out at some point.
Yeah, because that material is really nice. The peach one with the pearls on it. It's like a nice tulle. That one is really, really lovely.
Thinking maybe if I cut another overlay and wrap everything into it, it might turn out.
All right. How are you ladies getting on with attaching the good, Kara? I saw a thumbs up. All good? Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So if you have glued down the sides, you can apply some clips like we did with the first one. So it dries down a lot more evenly across the hairband. And the hair clips or pegs, whatever you're working with. That way it just dries down nicely. And we can then close off with the tape. It wasn't the wrong account, by the way.
Oh, I saved the video anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'll record again.
Yeah. That's Kim Dave Designs.
Aren't you already logged in?
It's Kim Dave Designs too.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah. Priya, how is yours looking? I think you're using the pink one, right? Oh, nice. You're already closing off your ends. I like how you don't even wait. You just crack on with it. That's looking really, really lovely. That's a nice shade of pink.
Yeah.
Are you going to wear it, or would you give it to someone as a gift?
For my daughter.
For your daughter? Lucky her. Made with love. That's the important part. You made it with love. Well, I'm gonna start off with one end to, like we did with the first one, sealing off with the black tape. And when you seal off, remember to leave a little bit of gap at the end. That would help you like close off the bottom and not have any like material showing at the bottom of your hairband. So I'm gonna grab my glue. And then just start on one end. Gloria, how are you getting on?
I'm done.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Have you finished up the bottom end?
Yes.
Ooh. You did not come to play today at all. Like you came and he was like, I'm in business. Oh, that's awesome. Well, let's see where everyone else is because I'm still finishing off mine. Then we can sort of show off our pieces. No, I'm still gluing down mine. I think some people are still gluing down as well. This would also be nice with Ankara fabric, actually.
That's my plan.
Yeah, very, very nice. Like, especially this, either this knotted one or the braided one. Would be really nice.
But with Ankara, would you have to put a lining or something? I'm sorry, stay. Or the braided one?
No.
Okay.
Because you know Ankara is very especially if you buy the one that has a lot of starch, it's quite stiff and almost papery. And I don't think anyone would wash their hairband.
Exactly.
Maybe like hand wash it, but they won't like put it in the washing machine. So I think you should be fine just using it the way it is. Okay, let that dry.